That deep grunt you make when you push yourself out of your favorite chair. That moment your hands have to press down hard on your own thighs, just to give your body that final, heavy lift. You feel it, don't you? That subtle, involuntary tremble in your legs for a second or two after you stand, like an engine trying to turn over in the cold. It's a micro vibration that screams of fatigue from an effort that should be simple. Listen to me. That feeling of your legs being made of lead, that hesitation before stepping up onto a curb. That is not just a normal part of getting older, and it is absolutely not your fault. You've been told to walk every day, and you do. You are doing what you thought was right, but your body is sending you a clear signal, a warning that something essential is missing, something your daily walk, no matter how long, simply cannot provide. As a doctor specializing in geriatric strength and mobility, I have dedicated the last 2 decades of my life to one mission: helping people over 60 thrive, not just survive. I've seen firsthand how the fear of falling can shrink a person's world, turning a beloved home into a minefield of potential hazards. The fear isn't of the weakness itself, but of that one catastrophic fall that could change everything. But what if I told you the solution isn't to walk more or faster? What if the answer to rebuilding that foundational leg strength, that feeling of being steady and secure on your own 2 feet, was a single movement you can do for just 3 minutes, using the very chair you might be sitting in right now? A movement so powerful it can do more to protect your independence than an hour of walking ever could. This simple, therapeutic movement reawakens the exact part of your muscle that is responsible for power and quick reactions, the part that catches you when you stumble. It's the most crucial element for your stability, and it's being completely neglected. Before I show you exactly how to do it, step by step, I need you to make a commitment to yourself. A commitment to feeling safe in your own body again. If you are ready for that, do 3 things for me right now. First, click the subscribe button so you don't miss the full safety protocol I'll be sharing. Second, press the like button if you truly want this relief to begin today. And finally, go to the comments and tell me, which specific symptom worries you the most? Is it the weakness when standing up? The fear of a curb? Your answer is important. Let's begin this journey back to strength, together. So why is this happening? You're walking, you're staying active, you're following the rules you've been told your whole life. So why do your legs feel like they're betraying you? The answer is one of the most misunderstood secrets of aging, and it's the reason why millions of people are walking themselves into a state of false security. The problem isn't that you're not exercising enough, it's that you're unknowingly training for the wrong event. Inside your legs, you don't just have one type of muscle. Think of your muscles as a specialized construction crew with 2 very different kinds of workers. Understanding this difference is the key to reclaiming your strength. Your daily walk is excellent for one type of worker, but it completely ignores the other, and that is where the danger lies. You've been sending one team to work every day, while the most important team has been sitting at home, getting weaker and weaker from disuse. The first group of workers are your type 1 muscle fibers. Let's call them the endurance laborers. These are incredible workers. They can carry small bricks all day long, for miles and miles, without getting tired. They are built for stamina. When you go for your daily walk, you are giving these endurance laborers a fantastic workout. You are building their resilience, which is wonderful for your heart and your lungs, but they cannot lift anything heavy. Then you have the second group, your type 2 muscle fibers. These are not laborers. They are the heavy lifting cranes of your construction crew. They are built for one thing: explosive, immediate power. They are the ones who lift the heavy steel beams in a single powerful burst. They are what you use to push your entire body weight up out of a deep chair. They are what fire in a split second to catch you when you stumble. They are your emergency power, your lifeline for stability. Here is the critical truth. After age 60, your body becomes incredibly efficient. If you don't give a specific job to a part of your crew, your body sees it as a waste of energy and resources. It starts to lay off those workers. Because walking is a low-intensity activity that only uses the endurance laborers, your body begins to systematically decommission your heavy-lifting cranes. This process is called sarcopenia, but it's a selective loss of your power fibers. You are left with a crew that can walk for hours, but has zero power to lift anything heavy, like your own body. Now, do you see? That grunt when you stand up? That is the sound of your endurance laborers trying to do a crane's job. That tremble in your legs? It's the few remaining cranes struggling under a load they can no longer handle. That hesitation before a curb is your brain doing a rapid-fire calculation, realizing it doesn't have the power crew it needs to lift you safely. You haven't gotten weaker because of your age. You've gotten weaker because you've been giving your muscles the wrong work order. But the most beautiful part of this entire story is that you can rehire that crew. You can send a direct work order to those powerful sleeping cranes and command them to get back on the job, stronger than before. The simple 3-minute movement I'm about to show you is that new work order. It bypasses the laborers and speaks directly to the heavy lifters, awakening them and forcing them to rebuild. It is the single most effective way to restore that feeling of solid, dependable power beneath you. Let me show you exactly how it's done. All right, the work order is ready. The construction crew, your powerful Type 2 muscle fibers, is waiting for the command to get back on the job. The tool we are going to use is not a fancy machine in a gym. It is the very chair you might be sitting in right now. We are going to perform a specific clinical movement called the therapeutic chair rise. This isn't just getting up and down. This is a precise signal you are sending to your body, a command to stop decommissioning your power and start rebuilding it immediately. The active ingredient in this movement is something called mechanical tension. It sounds technical, but it's simple. It's the force generated when your muscles work against resistance. In this case, the full weight of your own body against gravity. Every time you perform this movement correctly, you are placing a direct demand on those heavy lifting cranes. You are telling them, your services are required. You are essential. This tension is the only language those power fibers understand. It's the catalyst that forces them to wake up, adapt, and grow stronger. The first thing that happens when you do this is called neuromuscular recruitment. Think of your brain as the foreman on the construction site. By performing this specific movement, you are forcing the foreman to get on the loudspeaker and shout, "All heavy lifting cranes to the front, now." It's a command that bypasses the smaller endurance laborers and activates the maximum number of your powerful Type 2 fibers in your thighs and glutes. Many of these fibers have been dormant for years, and this is their wake-up call. Once those fibers are awake and under tension, a powerful biological process begins. The tension activates a master switch inside your muscle cells called the mTOR pathway. This is the primary trigger for muscle protein synthesis. In simple terms, you are flipping the switch inside your body from a state of muscle loss to a state of muscle building. You are sending a direct cellular memo that says, "Stop the demolition, begin new construction. We need to be stronger." This is how you rebuild the very foundation of your stability. But here is the secret, the part that makes this movement so incredibly potent. The magic is not just in standing up, it's in how you sit back down. This slow, controlled lowering phase is what exercise scientists call the eccentric part of the movement. It creates tiny, controlled micro-tears in your muscle fibers. Now don't be alarmed. This is exactly what you want. When your body repairs these micro-tears, it doesn't just patch them up. It rebuilds them thicker and stronger than before, adding a new thread to the rope each time. So, here is your starting prescription. If you are a beginner, I want you to aim for 2 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. If you feel more confident, you can do 3 sets of 12 repetitions. The key is form over numbers. I would rather you do 5 perfect repetitions than 15 sloppy ones. You will do this 3 to 4 times per week, on non-consecutive days. Give your body a day in between, like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. That recovery day is when the real rebuilding happens. Now, let's perform your first repetition together, perfectly. First, the setup. Choose a sturdy, heavy chair without wheels or armrests. If you can, place it against a wall so it cannot slide back. Sit on the front half of the chair. Your feet must be flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Now straighten your back and lift your chest, as if a string is pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Finally, cross your arms over your chest. This is crucial. It prevents you from using your hands to cheat. Let's begin phase 1, the ascent. Lean your torso just slightly forward from your hips. Now, I want you to think about driving your force through your heels, not the balls of your feet. This ensures you are firing up your powerful glute muscles. Press the floor away from you and stand up in one smooth, continuous motion. As you rise, I want you to exhale forcefully. Squeeze your glutes at the very top to ensure you are standing fully tall and stable. That is one perfect ascent. Now for the most important part of the entire movement. Phase 2, the controlled descent. Do not just flop back down. That's wasting the most powerful stimulus for growth. Initiate the movement by pushing your hips backward, as if you are searching for the chair behind you with your glutes. I want this descent to last for a slow count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Land softly. Control it all the way down. Inhale deeply as you lower yourself. That controlled descent is what tells the cranes not just to lift, but to become stronger. Now, I need you to stop what you are doing and listen to me, because this is the single biggest mistake people make, and it creates a dangerous illusion of safety. Many believe that to strengthen their legs, they just need to walk a little faster, or maybe add a small hill to their daily route. This sounds logical, but it is a fundamental and dangerous misunderstanding of how your body works. Doing this is like trying to inflate a giant truck tire with a tiny bicycle pump. You're putting in a lot of effort, you're breathing harder, you're sweating, and you feel like you're doing hard work, but you are still using the wrong tool for the job. Walking faster or on an incline is still a cardiovascular, endurance-based activity. It taxes your endurance laborers, your type 1 fibers, a little bit more, but it almost never reaches the intensity required to signal your heavy lifting cranes, your type 2 fibers, to get back to work. And here is why that is so dangerous. You get the feeling of having had a good workout, and you believe you are making yourself stronger and safer, but in reality, the selective loss of your power fibers continues silently in the background. Your endurance is improving, but your ability to produce the quick, explosive force needed to catch yourself from a stumble is still declining. This creates a false sense of security, the most dangerous state of all, because you don't realize the protection is gone until the moment you actually need it. Before you begin, your safety is my absolute priority. This exercise is incredibly effective, but it must be done safely. If you are experiencing acute knee or hip pain, if you have had recent surgery, if you suffer from severe vertigo, or have been diagnosed with severe osteoporosis, you must consult your doctor or a physical therapist before you start this protocol. Their guidance is essential to tailor this safely for you. And for everyone, please follow these 3 safety rules without exception. 1. Use a heavy, stable chair against a wall. 2. Perform the exercise next to a sturdy countertop or table that you can lightly touch for balance if you feel unsteady. Do not use it to pull yourself up, only as a safety net. And 3. Never, ever hold your breath. Exhale on the way up as you exert yourself. Inhale on the way down. If you feel any sharp, stabbing pain, as opposed to the burn of muscle fatigue, you must stop immediately. You now have the knowledge and the exact technique, but knowledge without a clear plan is just a wish. So let's turn this wish for strength into your new reality. This isn't about adding another complicated hour to your day. It's about being smarter, more strategic. We are not replacing your walk. We are giving it a powerful partner. Think of your walk as the patrol that keeps your neighborhood safe, and this 3-minute exercise as the elite security team that guards your home. You need both to be truly secure. Here is your simple, powerful weekly schedule. Let's call Monday, Wednesday, and Friday your strength mornings. On these days, before you even have your first cup of coffee, find your sturdy chair. Do a few gentle warm-ups, some ankle circles, some slow knee lifts, just to wake your body up. Then, perform your therapeutic chair rises. 2 or 3 sets, with perfect form. It will take you less than 5 minutes, but you will have sent the most important work order of the day to your body. Then, later in the day, go for your normal walk, perhaps for 20 or 30 minutes. You will notice something different. Your walk will feel easier, your steps more confident. That's because the chair rises are building the power and the walk is building the endurance. One builds the engine, the other ensures the fuel tank is full. Together, they create a complete shield of protection that walking alone could never provide. This is how you build a body that is not just enduring, but resilient. Now for your active recovery days, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. On these days, your heavy lifting cranes are off the clock. They are busy rebuilding, using the materials you've given them to lay down new, thicker muscle fibers. Your job on these days is to help that process. Take a slightly longer, more leisurely walk, maybe 30 to 40 minutes. Focus on your breathing and enjoying the movement. This promotes blood flow, which delivers nutrients to your repairing muscles and speeds up the rebuilding process. On the evenings of your recovery days, I want you to do one more small thing. Before bed, take just 2 minutes for some light, gentle stretching. Sit on the edge of your bed, extend one leg straight out with your heel on the floor, and gently lean forward from your hips until you feel a mild pull in the back of your thigh. Hold for 30 seconds. Do the same for the other leg. This releases tension and ensures your muscles remain pliable and ready for their next strength day. And finally, Sunday. On this day, you rest. I want you to truly understand this. Rest is not a sign of weakness. It is a biological command. It is the non-negotiable period where all the real growth and strengthening happens. You can take a very light, enjoyable stroll if you wish, but do not push yourself. Allow your body to consolidate its gains. This is the rhythm of strength, stimulus, recovery, and adaptation. Honor it, and your body will reward you tenfold. So here is my promise to you. You have the tool. You have the plan. If you begin this simple routine today, you will feel a tangible difference in 1 week. That hesitation before a curb will begin to fade. That deep grunt when you stand up from your chair will become quieter. You will feel a new, solid connection between your feet and the ground beneath you. A feeling of power that has been dormant for far too long. Don't wait for a stumble to remind you of what's at stake. The journey to reclaiming your strength and securing your independence begins with a single, deliberate movement. In my next video, I'm going to show you the final piece of the puzzle, 3 simple balance drills you can do while brushing your teeth that will sharpen your body's stability reflexes, making that newfound strength even more effective. Click the notification bell so you don't miss it. Your independence isn't just in the steps you take forward, but in the strength you have to stand up. Start protecting that strength today.